Opinion trust the law, stand firm together supporting Colonel Bath with patience and resolve justice will prevail, and until that moment arrives, our patience, integrity, and steadfast resolve must speak louder than impulsive actions driven by emotion. The shocking and brutal physical assault on Colonel Pushpinder Singh Bath and his son in Patiala was not merely an attack on individuals but an affront to the dignity and honor of the entire military fraternity. It understandably sparked resounding anger, dismay, and a collective sense of urgency among veterans and serving personnel of the Indian Army. Incidents such as these strike at the very heart of the values we uphold and the bonds of camaraderie that sustain our institution. However, in moments of crisis, our true strength lies not in reactive outrage but in measured, steadfast resolve. It is now, more than ever, essential to channel our emotions constructively, reaffirming unwavering support for justice, dignity, and strict adherence to the rule of law. Colonel Bath's fight for justice is not his alone, and as aforementioned, it truly touches the very core of our institutional values. While frustration regarding the speed of legal proceedings is entirely justified, cooler heads and patience must prevail. The visible support extended by the Indian Army to Colonel and Mrs. Bath, as demonstrated by the presence of an officer from Western Command in uniform at the Punjab and Haryana High Court, is a quiet yet powerful affirmation that the institution fully supports Colonel Bath and his family within the permissible boundaries of the law. It also reassures everyone across rank and file, and those who have now hung up their uniforms, that the organization to which they gave the best years of their lives supports them in their hour of need, always and every time. Now, as we stand in solidarity, we must remain clear-eyed about the nature of the situation. Colonel Bath's case is fundamentally one of an individual seeking justice against certain errant Punjab police personnel. While the Army unequivocally supports its own officers, it fully respects the supremacy of the law. The legal proceedings will and must run their due course, and justice must be dispensed transparently and swiftly. The timely actions taken so far, such as the suspension of 12 Punjab police personnel involved and the formation of a special investigation team, are welcome signs of accountability and must translate into decisive legal action against those found culpable. Timely justice in this matter is imperative to restore confidence and ensure deterrence against any recurrence of similar incidents. We must also recognize that this incident represents an aberration involving specific individuals rather than institutional attitudes. To portray it otherwise risks misrepresenting the issue, potentially creating unnecessary friction between two vital institutions, Indian Army and Punjab Police, both of which share a long-standing tradition of cooperation and mutual respect in a strategically vital and sensitive region. Our sustained interaction, joint training exercises, and successful collaborative efforts during past crises amply demonstrate the strength of this relationship, which remains intact despite isolated incidents. Furthermore, we must remain acutely aware of inimical and non-state actors' attempts to exploit this sensitive situation. History has repeatedly shown that adversaries actively seek opportunities to amplify internal discord, aiming to fracture unity within India's security apparatus, especially in strategically sensitive states like Punjab. It is crucial that our collective resolve and vigilance deny any room for extremist groups or external adversaries to exploit this temporary discord. Our disciplined restraint and adherence to legal protocols do not diminish our resolve for justice but reinforce our moral standing. While closely monitoring developments, the Army continues to press for transparency and accountability through legitimate channels. The institution's firm yet respectful stance ensures that undue pressure or procedural shortcuts do not compromise justice. As we approach the next hearing scheduled for April 3, let us, veterans and serving personnel alike, reaffirm our unified commitment to supporting Colonel Bath and his family through disciplined patience and unwavering resolve. Our measured response underlines our dignity and strength, showcasing an unshakable unity. Moreover, it is essential to reinforce to all stakeholders that our commitment is not merely symbolic but rooted deeply in principles of justice and fairness. The Indian Army's foundational values compel us to support our personnel, ensuring that those who serve the nation are treated with dignity, respect, and fairness. The institution's strength is derived not only from its operational capabilities but also from its unwavering ethical standards. It is crucial now, more than ever, to send a clear message to the broader community and adversaries alike that any form of injustice against our soldiers will not be tolerated. Simultaneously, our actions must clearly communicate respect for legal processes and institutions. The law is supreme, and our responsibility as defenders of the nation also includes safeguarding the sanctity of judicial processes. This waiting period for the subsequent judicial hearing should also serve as a reflective moment to enhance internal awareness within the Army about maintaining the delicate balance between supporting our personnel and respecting the legal framework. Our unity and collective understanding of this balance are fundamental to ensuring effective outcomes. Justice will prevail, and until that moment arrives, our patience, integrity, and steadfast resolve must speak louder than impulsive actions driven by emotion. Together, we ensure that the law is respected, justice is upheld, and adversaries are denied opportunities for exploitation. Our collective strength remains unbroken and unwavering. Lt. Gen. Dushyanth Singh RETD is Director General, Center for Land Warfare Studies Clause. Views expressed in the above piece are personal and solely those of the author. They do not necessarily reflect News 18's views. Nan.